Okay, so it's something about someone can be going through a spiritual awakening right now, and there's a lot of things that you are realizing in this time. And I'm getting specifically one of the things that you are either being guided to do or you could be doing is admitting where you were wrong in some areas with the things that you've experienced. Not only that, is you're holding yourself accountable at this time for a lot of things that has happened or you're being guided to. And I'm getting you're being guided to. If you have, this has helped you evolve. This has helped you expand. And if you haven't, it's something about you admitting where you are wrong or admitting your wrongs, holding yourself accountable so that you can. It's something about a like initiation, like, and you expanding and you evolving at this time. And this came to me the other day. When I was driving. Matter of fact, this was just yesterday because I was trying to make the message, but there was just a lot of distractions around. And this wasn't a distraction, but what I'm about to say wasn't a distraction, but there was a lot of distractions around. One of the things when I was making the message, two birds landed on the car. Two birds had landed on my car while I was doing the message. So it's something about this has been trying to be communicated to you, or there's something about like communications. It's like paying attention to the signs. It's like, there's something that there's a message that is trying to get to you. There's communication that is trying to get to you, and you're being guided to be more open to it. Going back to what I was saying though, I was driving and I had got this concept. So the first thing that came to me was like admit, accountability. Like it was something about like admitting and accountability. And then what came up when it came to the concept was an image. No, not an image. Images of it was this celebrity, and he had a documentary. And I'm not going to say the celebrity name because just first of all, when I say people's names, their names carry. Not only that, I just really wanted to be doing my best. I really want to do my best to just be respectful of like, people's, energy and everything like that, because I just know I can absorb people energy and I don't want to. And I just try to do my best to do that, to just keep that energy where their energy is. I keep my energy where I keep my energy. And if there's something that I see and I'm supposed to bring up, I'm going to bring it up. There we go. Okay, so going back to what I was saying, it was this celebrity. He did this documentary. Well, let me try to make a long story short. So it's something about like something could have happened. I'm gonna just speak from his point of view. Something happened in his life when he was like early in his childhood, teenage years. He was just getting on the scene. He's a celebrity. He's an artist. He makes music. And he was just getting on the scene, and, something had happened with him with someone else, with another celebrity. He had got, quote unquote, what we call canceled now, and got really criticized for it. And it almost ruined his career. But he still had fans. He still had people that supported him. And he just kept going. Years later, he ended up making a document about it, and he ended up like admitting where he was wrong. He ended up like in the documentary, you hear him admitting his wrongs and holding himself accountable with the parts that he played. And it's something about that documentary that came up when I heard the words admit and accountability. And then it was something about me going back into that time and what happened to him after that. Like, of course, he had already had his fans. He had already had the support. People still, cared for him and still supported his music. And he just, he still kept going. But I was guided to go back to that time and what happened for him. He expanded after that. Like, it's like people grew to love him even more despite of what had happened in the past and how people had tried to critique him and cancel him and, say he was this type of person or that type of person. it was something about him admitting and holding himself accountable in that documentary, which is something he didn't have to do, but it's just, you could tell it's something in his spirit. You could tell like that needed, what he spoke needed to be said at that moment in time. And you could just tell that when he admitted and held himself accountable, that it kind of broke him free almost, and it did, because, well, I'm not gonna say it did, like I know, like I was there, but I can say like after that, his music and everything, like I said, I want to make this clear, he was already getting the support and the love from his fans and everything prior to that, despite what happened. But it's like it's people grew to love him even more after that, because it's like something about, like, even though he told his side of the story, he still held, because it was so many sides to the story where people was trying to blame him. But not only did he tell his side of the story, he still held himself accountable and admitted his wrongs in it. So it's something about, someone could be going through an awakening in this time. I'm getting like, maybe you may have gotten counseled, maybe you may have gotten criticized, maybe something may have happened where, and it don't even have to just be that grand. This could be like in the personal sense where, like, if you're very family oriented, or if you in a relationship, friendships, something significant like that. Or it could be like you being canceled, like in, as an influencer or someone who creates, or, just think something like that is something significant where, because I also was getting like this huge influencer as well. Like, I was thinking like, okay, is it this grand? Is it like a celebrity? I was thinking to myself, like, is it a celebrity? Is it an influencer? And yeah, that was one of the things that I was getting, like, it could be an influencer, but it also could be, it don't have to be that grand. It could be on the I want to say, I guess you could say smaller spectrum. It don't have to be like that grand, but you could, I think I said gram. It don't have to be that grand, but you could be dealing, with that and being canceled when it comes to your family, or criticizing when it comes to your family, or just something like that. It's something significant when it comes to that. Like, people know one side of the story, but you have your story, but you're still admitting and holding yourself accountable in it. It's something significant about that. It's something significant where more people know than I guess they should. Or it's just something significant about you just going through this awakening and just realizing wrong, like some things that you may have done. And we even want to call them wrongs, because you're going through this awakening so that you can learn and grow. So it's something significant about that. It's something significant about that could be like a block that could have been blocking you not admitting or holding yourself accountable in something. Not saying that you don't have the right to be in this energy of if something has happened to you, but it's something about you it's something about you growing. It's like, I just heard time to grow. It's time to grow. It's time to get over this hump. It's time to expand. It's time to get to the next level. It's time to it's something like an initiation. I kept getting that as well. It's like you got the rite of passage, but it's something like right before the rite of passage. So it's like that 999 energy. It's like you being guided to clear out that energy, and so that you can move forward, because maybe that's that one thing that could be holding you back. Maybe there's something that you know is grand. It may seem very grand, but it's something that may be needing to be done, because like I said, you could be an influencer, you could be a celebrity, it's something about you. If you are in that energy, you may feel as though people not gonna, still be your fans or still support you, or I'm getting like they gonna see your heart in it because of just how much you've grown already. See, you're not just doing what you're doing just to be doing it. You've grown along the way as well, and this one thing right here is just going to show how much you've grown. The admitting, the holding yourself accountable, it's just going to show how much you've grown. And I'm getting that's how you're going to get the hearts of people, and not in a manipulative way, but in a way of, because just of who you've come. It's no way. It's in the divine way. And it's going to be seen. And it's just part of like the divine plan. But it's something about you moving forward and trusting what this communication, this message, because like I said, it was two birds that landed on the car. That landed on my car. And while I was trying to do the message yesterday, but like I said, it was so many distractions around that I wasn't able to do it, like loud things. And so it's just something significant about, maybe there's been distractions, or maybe you've been distracted while this message has been trying to get to you. Maybe you've been like distracted. You haven't been able to see or hear or feel, Not saying that you're not going through your awakening successfully, but it's just, you may have just been distracted in some type of way. And so this message just may be for you.